joining us. Yeah, we thank you for joining us. I'm gonna cut off the phone part here.
I'm getting echo.
Yeah,
I'm getting a lot of echo.
It's because I have to hang up my phone. Hang on a second.
Do you want me to close my phone?
No, Dr. Romero, you're fine. Dr. Romero?
Okay.
Do you hear Dr. Romero? I'm not hearing his audio. Do you hear his audio, Kevin?
I do not right now. I heard him over the phone.
Okay, Dr. Romero, here's what I'm going to ask you to do. I'm going to text you because we got your visual, but you've got a lot of information on your computer, so it's slowing down. It looks like your bandwidth. So I'm going to text you a number to dial in on that number, and then we'll be able to connect everything together, okay? Because I see your bandwidth is really slow. So I'm going to text you the number to dial in on. So hang on 1 second.
My speakers are 0.
Okay, perfect. Now that's much better. Go ahead, Lisa. We'll go ahead and get it started. Let me, Dr. Romero, we lost you on video, so we don't see you on video at all.
I believe he turned off his camera at the same time.
Oh, did you turn your camera off? That's no problem. Dr. Romero, what we'll do is we'll go over your PowerPoint first, and then what we're going to do is when we come back to the screen, in fact, here, let me do this. Yeah, I'm gonna bring me back as presenter. Okay, there you go, Dr. Romero. We see it. So what we're gonna do is we'll start off first, and we'll let you go over your PowerPoint, and then we've got a huge question and answer section because a lot of people are excited about the product. So I want to thank you again for getting on the call. And Lisa, give me 1 second to start our recording here. And Lisa, you can start our call off for us, okay?
Thank you, sir. This conference is being recorded. So, good morning, everyone. This is Lisa Ricard in the Washington, D.C. area. We want to welcome you to this call today. We've got a special call. One of the things that we've been so excited about with this call is we're going to get to hear firsthand of a product that has been only offered in the clinical sense until now, and what this is going to do for our company, for our businesses, and for our health and our wellness. So without further ado, I'm going to turn this call over to a gentleman out of the Atlanta area. He is one of our global ambassadors, an incredible gentleman, a wonderful family. He's going to go ahead and introduce the doctor for us. But Mr. Randy Crosby, thanks for joining the call today. Take it away.
Well, thanks so much, Lisa. Can you hear me okay?
I hear you perfect. Thank you so much.
All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can bring up Dr. Romero's PowerPoint. And we do have the pleasure of him being on here with us today. It's just absolutely amazing what we're seeing, what's happening with us here. And we're really, really excited, not only about the opportunity, but also about the timing. And Dr. Romero, tell everybody a little bit about, who you are, because I know right now, the information that we have received from you is just absolutely phenomenal. We know that you teach other doctors, but if you can let everybody know on the line today, what is your field of expertise? And let's talk a little bit about this incredible product, Envidia. Are you with us, Dr. Romero?
Yes, very good morning, and thank you for my friend, Global Ambassador, and Mr. Crosby, my wife, Marty, saying hello to you, remembering from the beautiful encounter over there in New Orleans. Well, my name, again, is Luis Ramon Romero. I was born in Venezuela. I did my pre-medical studies in NYU, New York, and graduated in my pre-med, graduated in biochemistry. Then I went back to my country, Venezuela. I studied the full career over there. Over there is a lot longer, 6 years over there, and graduated as surgeon and medical doctor. Then I came back to the United States, did my internship in Brooklyn, I needed to go back because my illness of my father before ending my internship. I completed my internship in my internal medicine first postgrad in Venezuela at the University Hospital in Caracas. Then I came back to Boston, back and forth, like ping pong. Came back to Boston, where I did a combined postgrad in adult pediatric cardiology and intensive care post open heart surgery. And upon finishing my fellowship in cardiology and critical care medicine, I completed my fourth postgrad, which was clinical pharmacology. Since then, I became immersed in the research for products, new products that can benefit the human beings without side effects. And because of that, I entered in the nutraceutical arena. But on the other hand, I kept my conventional medicine arena, and I am actually currently, I am researcher on molecular microbiology and infectious diseases at the largest university of the United States, which is Florida International University here in Miami. So I'm a medical doctor, I'm a full professor of medicine, I'm full researcher, as well as analysis related to the creation of new products, which is linking me with Envidia and TLC now.
Wow.
That is my background.
That is my
background. Thank you so very much. I teach people seeking for a post-doctoral degree. I don't teach anymore medical students, but I did teach medical students for about 30 years. Right now, I am only coaching postdoctoral programs, so people that are MD, PhD, and they want to become with another PhD. That's the arena where I am at. After that, I need to say, begging your pardon, that this presentation contains educational information. This is a disclaimer I'm obliged by the university and by TLC to mention. This presentation contains educational information that is of public access via internet, diverse websites, books, multimedia in different formats. Its content does not pretend, diagnose, treat, prevent any disease or health problem, and by no means interfere at any set level conferred to the one corresponding of act of medical profession. Testimonials and photos presented are just for didactic purposes. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. I'm okay now, Kevin.
Well, I tell you what, that's amazing, and we have on the line with us as well. We have Kevin, and I believe we also have Dave White, Lisa Ricard, and so, Doctor, why don't we do this? Let's just let you go into your presentation first, because we've got a lot of questions out there, and for those of you that have questions as well, guys, feel free to write down your questions or type them in the area, and then after the doctor completes, we'll try to answer as many questions as possible. Fair enough? All right, Doctor, go ahead and tell us all about the Envidia and how the product works.
Okay. Thank you so very much. Once again, guys, Elizabeth, it's my pleasure. I saw your photo. Very beautiful woman. And I don't know how is the weather over there, but it's chilly in Miami, which is totally uncommon. My best regard to you and to the rest of the team. Join my friend, Global Ambassador Randy Crosby. Okay, in the industry, what's going on in the nutraceutical and cosmeceutical industry? Skincare industry is blown by all kind of promising. This is my best. This is something that you must take it, you must use it, etc. All kind of presentation, all kind of promises. We, of course, have the doubt. Will that be correct? Will that be the truth? I don't know. I respect any company. I respect any arena belonging to the industry of helping humanity. And skincare industry is meaningful, is really, really important for helping humanity. In what? In one important fact. Which fact? For you to get better. Because if you look better, of course, your inner part of your bioenergetics, that is your feeling, how you feel, is going to improve. If we go to the next slide, we will see something extremely important. Two Nobel Prize winners, 1986, Nobel Prize in Medicine. Mr. Stanley Cohen, working in California, steadily, and also linking to another universities like University of Minnesota, etc. He was working on one end. And Mrs. Rita, you have it on the screen, Rita Levi Montalcini, working in Italy. Then Mr. Cohen, Stanley Cohen, a prominent physician, give her a call and ask her, would you come to the United States? Well, I do not have visa. Don't worry about it. I will take care of it. And they got together and they are Nobel Prize winners in 1986. Because of what? Because they discovered the epidermal growth factor. That's a skin growth factor. Imagine, so important discovery, gigantic discovery. And why is so gigantic? Okay, let's go to the next slide. Growth factors are any of a group of proteins, the protein that we eat, that stimulate the growth of a specific tissue. That's the peculiarity, the uniqueness of the growth factors. They can stimulate specifically only one tissue that they are designed for. For doing what? Promoting cellular differentiation and cell division / multiplication. Growth factors are signaling molecules. Imagine a police in a corner, in a 4-stop area. The police is in the center. He will ring to the right, to the north, to the south with his hand. That is signaling. Well, we have police signaling molecules inside, and they are called growth factors. That is the meaning of signaling molecules. That is biophysics, by the way, a very tough area of conventional medicine. Biophysics, not biochemistry. So the growth factors, being a specific signaling molecule, they will be searching for the specific receptor. Where? In the cell membrane. So it's not complex, guys. This is not NASA concept. Simply one protein that has a magnet for searching with that magnetic capacity, searching until finding the specific receptor. When they find each other, they have found each other, the signaling protein called growth factor, with a specific receptor in the surface of the cell, they click, get together, and make a marriage that is indissoluble. No potentiality for divorce. They got together, click, and they start the process. As we said, the growth of differentiation, cell division, and repairing. Repairing means rejuvenation. Get rid of the old cells and create new ones. They could be hormones, vitamins, enzymes, neurotransmitters, and others. And the beauty is that the growth factors are diffusible. They diffuse through the cell membrane. They don't need permit. The only permit is growth factor clinking, like boxer when they clink each other, with a specific receptor. So now we can see the growth factor attached to the specific receptor. And provoking what? Well, that cell will divide in two. But look at what happened. The new two cells have the red information for that receptor. That means that information will go on. The R2 will divide in 4. The 4 will divide in 8. The 8 will divide in 16 and will progress with the process of rejuvenation, with the process of protection of what we need. Where the production of growth factor takes place? In the brain, in the fat tissue, in the bone, in many places. Any tissue are dependent on growth factor. If we get injured of whatever part of our body, the growth factor will stimulate one peculiar cell that is absolutely the demonstration that God does exist. And that cell are the known stem cells. What are the stem cells? Are from bone marrow or from the fat tissue. Today, what we use in research and also for treatment are from the fat tissue. Very easy, and every single man or woman wants to have a little, detaching of the fat, liposuction, a little liposuction in one flank and the other. That is taken to the laboratory, that is put in a special centrifugation process and lighting enhancement, and we can create a gigantic amount external of our body of autologous. Autologous means our own stem cells. So imagine that we did that process and put in a serum. What we are providing when we rub this incredible acquaintance from TLC is precisely what you are seeing in this slide. For what? For avoiding and kicking out the inflammation. For fighting the apoptosis. Apoptosis is the death of our cell. Which cell? The skin. But also, since that gets absorbed, can help the regrowth of muscle, the regrowth of bones. If we have an injury in our face, that will go to the jaw or to the mandible. The regrowth and rejuvenation of the fat, the regrowth and rejuvenation of cartilage, and the self-replication process. Concentrate in that slide, please. That is not cumbersome. That is not NASA science at all. It's simple. Those 3 slides are the ones that I want you to repeat, pick up someone else to explain you, whatever you may not understand. The way that I explain things is for 7th graders. That is why at the university level, as well as the general public level, they love Luis Romero. Why? Because I explain things very simplistically with no cumbersome words. This slide is the concept of all, the one you are seeing. Now, continuing. This is a quiz. This is a quiz for you. Which one? This is a quiz that my friend, Global Ambassador, Mr. Crosby, raised his hand in New Orleans, remember? Mm-hmm. Well, which one is our largest endocrine gland? The skin. The skin is our largest endocrine gland. And what that means, and you have over there Christo Subulitz. Everything that I say is supported scientifically. And that is what others cannot do. When you have cosmeceutical, okay, that will work superficially. But look at what Envidia does. Look at the left up area that says epidermal keratinocyte. That Envidia will take care of taking off the keratinocytes and the one that will move the all cellular layers of the skin. Then follicular keratocyte will help the regrowth of hair when the hair will take place. And nerves will help the regrowth of nerves. If you do not have young, rejuvenated nerves, you don't have the information for rejuvenation in your skin. We work on endothelial cells because you need to have providingness of fresh blood to the skin. And you sweat glands, you need to have humidity. The skin has to be humid. And then the three coming ones are sebocytes for protecting fat on the surface of the skin, melanocytes for preventing the correct color of the skin. If the skin is black, has to be preserved. If the skin is white, has to be preserved. And those letters are the connectors of the skin with the rest of the endocrine multiple glands. And the key part, which is the key component, the key main component on Envidia is dermal fibroblasts. So we are talking about no cosmeceutical. We are talking about an incredible product that is characterized by a unique technology, and that technology is only for TLC, only for Total Life Changes. I am involved in this very deeply, not only as a scientist backing this up, but also in the processes for Envidia. Finally, this is the summary. The last slide is Total Life Changes is using growth factors technology for skin renewal. Number two, unique patented developmental process. It's patented. Nobody else can have this process. Results and appeal on your skin are seen and are seeable as short as 72 hours. The results are durable. It's not like any cosmetic. The cosmetic is beautiful for the party during the weekend, but on Monday, gone. The person that uses Envidia, men or women, recover the firmness of the skin, recover the smoothness of the skin, and the skin becomes damaged less. Increases the collagen production, increases the elastin production, and all the other related to this too, like hyaluronic acid, like protein portor, etc., etc. In summary, Total Life Changes is providing the new generation, unique technology for total skin rejuvenation. Thank you so very much, my dear Mr. Crosby, Randy Crosby, friend, global, etc., all your titles, my dear brother.
Well,
God bless you all, guys.
Well, Dr. Romero, that was phenomenal. But, again, and I'm probably the exception. I didn't go to college, so a lot of the things that you said just were way over my head. So what I want to do is we want to go back, because we've got a ton of questions coming in. We want to break this down in layman's terms, third grade education type, so that everybody understands. First of all, I want to go back, because there's a ton of questions, and we got some other people here that have some questions on here. But we want to go back to, and I'm going to back up here on the slide because you said something. Basically, this growth factor, the product, and correct me if I'm wrong, the product Envidia has this incredible growth factor, this molecule, this protein, if you will, that is literally feeding our stem cells. Is that correct?
Yes, and look at the sequence, and this is the main difference between a cosmeceutical and this technology. The growth factor information that hit the first cell will be remaining in the receptors that are going to be coming from the division. One cell will divide in two. Those two new ones are keeping inside the information for renewal, and will repeat that information like a domino effect.
Okay, so
that
basically, so basically, then what you're saying is that the key is that we're not dealing with a cosmetic here, because this doesn't happen with, a lot of the companies out there just give you cosmetic things that go on your skin. This is literally communicating with your stem cells to cause them to rejuvenate and do what they're supposed to do so that we get the younger looking effect. Is that correct?
Exactly. Let me give you an example. You use, for example, Botox. Botox will not duplicate the effect in the forthcoming generation of cells. I'm repeating this. You use for wrinkles, for fading or eliminating wrinkles, you use Botox. Botox is a local anesthetic. Anesthetize the muscle. When you smile or when you get preoccupied, that anesthetic that blocks the neurotransmitter of the skin will remain there, just on the surface, but it's not being mixed with the biological information of cell division. We repair and we remove any tissue of our body every 21 days. So when you use for 30 days Envidia, all the recovery that you obtain from day 1 to day 21 will remain, will not vanish like cosmetic. Because of the explanation is in this slide. This slide that calls your attention is the explanation of it. It's like inheritance. When you inherit the boldness of your father, the musculature of your father, you have that inside yourself. It's an information that you do not lose.
Wow.
This is a miracle.
Yeah, that's powerful. I mean, that is powerful. So basically, it's retraining your stem cells to do what they're supposed to do. Is that correct?
Correct. They are there, and they are there. The problem is that they become lazy after we becoming 21 years old. And when we are 31, they are already accommodating themselves in a beautiful sofa with air conditioning. And if they do not get the growth factor, they remain watching TV.
Okay. So they don't do anything unless they get the right signaling. So this is about signaling, where it signals our stem cells to do what it's supposed to do to give us that younger appearance. Now, here's what I've noticed. For some reason, it looks like the skin tone that I have is a lot more even. The skin tone is better. Am I imagining that, or is that the case?
No. My wife is using it, as a beta, and the firmness of my wife. You saw my wife, Randy. You saw my wife. She's a beautiful woman, but her firmness. I can touch her as a physician for determine, the tegument firmness, and it's firm hair. It's a lot more firm, her skin, more elastic.
Exactly.
No more wrinkles, no more spots.
Yeah, it's amazing. I've seen that, and my wife and myself too. You're right. it kind of gets rid of the blemishes, and it makes the skin firmer, but yet at the same time the skin is smoother. That's one of the things my wife says she really notices, that her skin is a lot smoother. And you mentioned something about hair. Can this actually make the hair follicles grow back or no?
Yes, but remember what we mentioned in, let me go back to the slide. In the slide of the one cell divided into two, says the specificity. The growth factors are specific for the skin when we use epidermal growth factor. When we will use follicle growth factor, but it's another growth factor. It's not this one.
Okay, so
they are specific.
Okay. So this one is specific for the skin. So putting it on your skin, that's the reason why people are noticing, the ones that are using it, to have the privilege of even being able to try it ahead of time, because there's so many people that want it. That's the reason why people are noticing that their skin and even the inflammation of the skin sometime in your face, people are saying that their inflammation has went down. I've had the same thing happen with me, where it brought down some of the inflammation out of the face. Is that because of the growth factor of what it's doing to the stem cells?
Yes.
Powerful.
A friend of ours is also testing it, and he was shaving using the new propaganda, the new publicity, the new ad on TV with an old double H blade. And because of lacking of dentistry, he injured his face. What happened? His wife brought her serum. Put this on the skin. Close the blood, don't worry about it. Put this. Boy, in 5 minutes, no scar, no bleeding, no wound. I'm talking about my next door neighbor. 0 wound without cicatrice.
Wow. That's amazing.
Because of growth factors are repairing. Growth factors are repairing. So, cement, mortar, the truck. Closed. New skin. Period.
Incredible. And new skin. I love it that we're getting new skin. Lisa or David or my friend Kevin, you guys have any questions for the doctor? Because there's a lot of them here on the webinar, but I want to get you guys an opportunity to ask yours first to the doctor, because I know you guys had some burning questions as well.
Well, yes, I do, Randy. Dr. Romero, Kevin Robinson here out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's a pleasure to have you on with us. And I tell you what, I want to thank you for taking your time out to deliver this amazing information about Total Life Change's Envidia product. My first question to you...
Kevin, okay.
Go ahead.
No, my pleasure, Kevin, to be with you all. And Lisa, absolutely, I'm delighted. I took already 2 hours from my schedule. So please
All right. I have 2 questions. The first one is this. If someone is applying the Envidia to their face, say if they just put it on around the lower portion of their facial area, right around the jaw, and they don't rub it in, say just above, near the cheek line there, will the Envidia communicate with the skin, with the cells in the upper region where they didn't rub, and have them react and do the same thing right where it was applied?
Fantastic question. Boy, you have no idea how important this question is. The answer is yes. Because this communicates one cell to another in a process that is called cell-to-cell communication. The answer is yes. Of course, will be a lesser action. It's like using the low beam lights when you are driving. You can see the avenue, you can see the turnpike, you can see everything. But if you put high beam lights, you will see a lot broader. So the effect in that area of the jaw can communicate upward and downward, yes. but will be more effectively if you rub from the deeper neck up to the hairline in your face. Will be more effective, more abundant amount of growth factor. This is quantity related. If you put it abundantly, like my wife is doing, she's not, doing a fine little, no. She's doing it as much as she can. Of course, it's not going to make a gel on it, no. It's not a purpose. But she really rubs it gently but amply, both. Gently but amply.
Incredible. Thank you, Dr. Romero. My final question is this. We've seen quite a few pictures posted around the internet from the results of people like Randy who were in New Orleans and got their product early, but we've seen the pictures about the face only. My wife is 63, and normally a woman will show her age in her hands. Are we looking to have the same type of results for someone who rubs on their hands on a continual basis?
My recommendation is immediately after the face, your both hands. Immediately. Twice a day, I don't know if you know how to do it. You can use soap only at night. The renewal tissue takes care during the 7 hours of sleeping during the night. Cannot be less. Please, please, do not drink too much. Zero smoking, not a little smoking. Zero smoking. That's the main killer of humanity. Are not atomic bomb, no. Smoking are the main killer. Every 19 seconds, a person develops a heart attack. Every 33 seconds, one person dies of a heart attack or a stroke. Extremely related to the smoking and other cardiovascular factors. But again, coming back to the situation, if you nourish yourself well, and you use media in your face and in your hands, that not only will work, Kevin, very good question, in your appearance, that will be absorbed, and the information will remain through the other areas of the skin, only skin. The whole body skin will rejuvenate. If you are using the TLC product for losing weight, perfect, but the more you come to the proper physiology, which one is the proper physiology? The one that you had when you were 18 years old to 21 years old. That's the window of normal physiology. But we get a part of that for many, many reasons. And, okay, it's time out for not doing whatever you were doing and come back to proper eating, proper sleeping, proper level of exercise, proper use of the real McCoy in this industry. Not to the other things that are very costly, the majority, and they do only cosmetical part. They do not repair the damaged physiology. They do not.
Wow. So we're dealing with something far more powerful than cosmetics here. This is something amazing. Lisa or David, you guys have any questions for Dr. Romero?
Wow. Well, all I can say is, Dr. Romero, thank you so much for spending a few minutes that you're spending with us to help us to understand the clinician point of view behind this product. This is fantastic. One of the things that I was thinking and wanted to ask you quickly is future products, future applications. Where is this going? Where in the next 10, 15, 20 years, because we're at this point with this type of technology, where do you see it going in the future?
Well, I am consultant and advisor of TLC. I belong, you can see what places I belong to. Centenarian, www.centenarian.com. We are collecting people all around the world with more than 110 years. We have a lot of people, 105, 107, working 8 to 10 hours a day, without cane, without oxygen, without alert to calling 911, etc. The main place where all of this re-engineering of senescence is at University of Cambridge in UK. University of Cambridge in Cambridge, England. We go there every year and we gather in the month of September all kinds from all over the world, scientists and several Nobel Prize winners. And what we want is to go fill the avenue of having people living healthy more than 120 years. That is the avenue where I am at. That is the avenue that is reachable, but not eating not well, not sleeping abnormally, not doing things that will damage yourself. If TLC follow my modest information, and not only myself, my team, we are a team. We're a team of 27 researchers, and I am the spoken person for that group of researchers. And we can go to prolonging our age, the actual age. Okay, you could stop in your aging process, and you put back in and back in and back in your rejuvenation programming. Everything is programmed inside ourselves. It doesn't matter that the clock will continue year 2015, 17, 2010, 14, 15, whatever. No, but your rejuvenation process is backing you up. You will be able to keep your youth. I mean, I am 73 years old, but in the gym, I practice with the 40 years old people.
Wow.
Wow, that's fantastic. Thank you. That is so interesting.
My darling Lisa, it's doable. It's doable. And
Wow.
ask my wife how I dance la cucaracha.
I love it. Well,
folks that may need to have this solidified, because I've gotten a couple of questions about how often, the average person should apply. Is it basically, because a couple of people asked me the same question, which is, if this repair is taking place, do you really need to use it every day? Do you recommend that the average person applies every day?
I recommend it to be applied every day. Yes. Unless you are a totally clean human being who have all the physiological parameters. And that is not easy. Not even myself, I have it. Because of a work that I performed in Dominican Republic. We are going to be there in June 24th and 25th, in the fabulous Dominican Republic. I was doing a work over there October, November, December, and January. And guess what? I gained 17 pounds because the food is so wonderful. And these people, they don't care. Well, come on, breakfast. 4 hours after lunch. What's going on? I haven't metabolized what I ate at 8 a.m. No, we have to eat. It's 12 noon. What? I am not hungry. It's 12 noon, Dr. Romero. Eat. I ate. Then at 4 p.m., not time. It's not time. What's going on? So I gained 17 pounds. So I am not in the physiological parameters. I want to see the blood test of the people. I want to see the echo and electrocardiogram. It's very, very difficult to be in the physiological parameters. So these not only contain growth factor, but also contain interleukin. And what the interleukin are going to be doing is to detoxify the garbage from our cells.
Oh, wow.
So has a dual action. Yes. And will dump into the lymphatic vessels.
Wow, so it helps clean out the garbage.
Listen to me, brother. Listen to me. If you clean your house, your apartment, your car, and you do not throw out the garbage, that you haven't cleaned it.
Wow.
It's got a point.
That makes sense. I have one last question. Thank you for that answer, and that clears it up because I got that question more than once. That certainly clarifies that for us. Lastly, I just want to ask, and Lisa actually asked a question about this, and I just want to dovetail on that, which is, and you actually mentioned like another stem cell product, for example, for hair follicles, and there are different ones, whereas Envidia is specifically for the skin. And I'm just curious, looking forward, do you see Envidia as the beginning of other products that TLC will represent potentially with stem cell technology, where there'll be other products that address different areas?
Yes. I am expert in stem cell technology. I have 29 years working on stem cell technology from the most prominent places of the world, like University of Buenos Aires. They are really pioneers since 50 years ago. Cologne and Munich in Germany, Santa Fe Foundation of Bogota Foundation in Bogota, Colombia, and in the United States very little. In the United States we are behind this incredible technology.
Wow.
By the way, for you to know, the use of mesenchymal stem cells cleared by the FDA were just authorized to be used November 2014.
Oh, wow.
November 2000. So imagine what I studied in Germany 30 years ago is not being used yet here.
Wow, that's
And the answer for your question, yes. With our technology, we can develop products for the hair. We can develop products for the vagina rejuvenation. And remember, that is a silent situation. When women are turning above 38 years old, that is a silent situation. The dryness of the vagina. If you put the proper growth factor in the vagina dryness will go away and will disappear. So, yes, we can develop cartilage recovering specific product. I mean, we can manipulate with the stem cell technology whatever we want.
Wow.
It's doable, yes.
That's
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Yeah, here's a question. Yeah, here's a question too, Doctor, that's coming in. Dave, you finished your question, is that correct?
Yes, I'm all set. Thank you very much,
Okay.
Dr. Romero.
And Dr. Romero, here's a question.
My best regards. I remember me living in Newton Center for 5 years in Boston, so I can imagine how frozen you are over there. My best regards.
Yes, you and I talked about that in New Orleans, and the good thing is we're not quite as frozen this winter as we were last winter. There are early signs of spring, so we're encouraged. Thank you.
That's funny.
Wonderful. I'm pleased with that.
Dr. Romero, you mentioned when applying it, you want to start at the neck and then go up. Why is that?
Well, because you want to cover the area that is exposed to the sunlight. You don't want to have mismatching You want to have a homogeneous appearance rejuvenation. So for in the night, you use the soap, you clean with warm water to begin with, then cold water, very cold as you can, and then warm again. You wait, you use a towel, whatever you prefer, and you apply before going to the bed. You apply from the deep area of the exposed skin. If you want to go lower to the upper area of the thorax, you can do it as well. And then you go up, 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 up until the hairline. And you go to bed, that will be absorbed in 1 minute, will penetrate.
Wow.
That is human-to-human technology. This is not a cosmetic. This is not an ointment. This is not a lubricant. This is not a humidifier. No. This is biology. Biology of our cells, period. That is the name for Envidia. Then, the next day, when you wake up, you don't want to use any soap at all. No soap, please, whatsoever. Just clean it with warm and cold water, dry it with your towel, and then apply again with the same fashion you did it during the night.
Wow. Okay. So in other words, the soap, because we're using the soap from TLC, and then we use the Amica soap, and then we're also using the emu oil. So is it okay that after you apply the Envidia, that after so long, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes, that it's still okay to put the emu oil on over that? Is that okay?
Yes, that is okay, particularly to the people who have very dry scalp. It's so common, people having, I will say not disease, abnormal physiology of the skin of our scalp. Yes, indeed. Not only that, if you want to put cosmetic on it, you can do it. If you want to use more potent UV protector, you can put it.
Okay.
No problema. 10 minutes after the applying of Envidia, you can put on your face all other things that are beneficial, particularly beneficial for women from the cosmetic point of view. Women that are working in a bank, that are working with public, they can become prettier and prettier using whatever trick my wife does.
Okay. Well, here's what we want to do. We'll take
callers are muted and
a
they
couple
can unmute
questions from
themselves.
those that are on the online with us, guys. *6 will unmute you. If you have a question and you're on the phone line for Dr. Romero, please go ahead. *6, that will unmute your line. Ask your question, and then we're going to let Dr. Romero know. Go ahead, Kenny.
Man, me listening to this, Doctor and Randy, I'm glad that I got on this call. This just lets me know that the game is over. We need to face it. Total Life Changes has just totally changed everything. The game is over.
There you go. Absolutely. And Dr. Romero,
I need to say no, please. God bless you. When you are a torero and the ball is dead, the torero only won the acclamation of the people. That's the only reward. That's the only reward. Your what you just said is a standing ovation for me. Thank you so much.
Dr. Romero, I have a question for you. Everyone keeps saying growth factor. My question is this human growth factor or just growth factor?
No, human growth factor.
It is human growth factor?
When you will read, you are going to have, I think, 3 weeks or 4 weeks, the Envidia in your hand. And you will read the components. And says human fibroblast. That's the main component.
Okay, so it is human growth factor.
Yes.
Okay. What other ingredients are in this? Is there any vitamin E, vitamin A, things like that?
Yes.
Would you give us an example of some of the things, other ingredients that are involved?
Those are, you want to kill me? Those are the proprietary blend components.
Okay, so they're secret right now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir.
My pleasure.
So we do know it's a proprietary blend, and that's amazing. And we know that it works. And would it be safe to say that no other MLM company out there has a product as powerful as Envidia? Would you say that?
100%. Randy, please repeat it loudly. Louderly. The only one, yes. I attest that.
Wow. I mean, that may be one of the most powerful things, guys, that I'm taking away from this call today. When you have an exclusive, when you have a product that's more powerful than anything out there, you know, in the entire industry, and now we're the only ones that have it as far as an MLM or network marketing company, guys, that is called a clue. That is called a write your own check, take it to the bank, because guess what? You're about to change your financial zip code. This is absolutely amazing. Any other comments or questions from someone that's on the phone line with us?
Andy, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is J.B. Moore from Maryland, Texas. Dr. Romero, I want to thank you and the work you have done and for being on this.
JB, you want to turn your computer down, your speakers down on your computer. We're hearing feedback.
Okay. Is this better?
Yeah, go ahead.
I can hear you, David.
Okay, thank you. Dr. Romero, this is J.B. Moore. I want to thank you, sir, for the work you put into this and making this information available to the many people who are on the webinar around the country, to the people who may not have introduced themselves on this call. I know who they are. We are grateful for what you have done. We are grateful for what Randy Crosby have done, and we are blessed to have access to this product, access to give this to the world, and all we have to do is just believe, use it, promote it, and we will change lives. Thank you so much, sir.
I appreciate the word, and I am ready to continue helping you guys. My pleasure and honor.
Thank you. Dr. Romero, there's another part I forgot to ask you. On the label, although like you said there's the secret proprietary blend, but on the label, will there be any ingredients? Not all, but will there be any other ingredients at all on there?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Randy, I have a question and or a comment, I would say, is this. The Envidia is, I would say, multi-purpose, if I can use that word, because not only can you use it on your facial and your neck and everything, but some people have problems with other areas in their skin. They may have burned an area, and their skin is might be a little rough, and the skin it came back and it's discolored. But Dr. Romero, will people's skin start coming back to their normal color and getting smoother and things like that too?
Yes. Yes. In my next presentation, I will. It's going to be a very short one, but technology talking can put together 2 slides that I did not want to include it. This technology was presented to the world in a symposium in San Diego, California, and over there was presented for wound and burns only. Not for increasing beauty, not for increasing, all of the things that are used today for the facial tissue or any other part of the body. In that burns symposium, was a researcher from Guadalajara, Mexico. And that person raised the hand and said, can we test this in Mexico? Yes, it was tested. And the first patient was a 2 years old little kid. The mother was keeping him in her hip, and she was working with boiling oil. So when she moved to the left side, the little kid dropped the whole bicep area and the forearm area inside the boiling oil. Mm-hmm. Imagine the size and the penetration of the burn.
Oh, wow.
Well, the product was used in that little kid. In 21 days, no wound. In 6 weeks, 0 scar, normal, 100% new skin, 100% rejuvenated.
Wow.
Mm.
Another case, in Paris, one adolescent, I think 16 or 17 years old, was, jumping in his horse. His jumping horse, they were jumping on the forest. And all of a sudden, whatever put nervous the horse, they stood up in 2 legs. So he fell, and when he fell, a stick entered in his bicep area, right bicep area, penetrated a very bothersome wound till the bone. Well, in 6 to 8 weeks, not only was closed, 0 scar.
Wow. That's amazing. And I don't know if we lost.
This is repairing.
Okay.
This is repairing physiology of the skin. It's not a cosmetical.
Wow. And I think, Dr. Romero, that's the biggest thing that people need to know, if you could repeat that this is not a cosmetic. This literally helps repair and rejuvenate the skin, bringing it back to where it should be. Is that correct?
That is correct. This can turn your skin health back anywhere between 10, 15, even 18 years before.
Wow.
At whatever age.
Wow. Kevin, I'm ready for 18 years. How about you?
I can't wait to get that shipment in. Can't wait.
I have one more question.
Randy, can I ask one question, Randy?
Yeah, Dave, let me get Dave, let me get Lorraine before you, because she was trying to chime in. Go ahead, Lorraine.
Yeah.
Okay, just a quick one. Does it help for the ladies, the cellulite?
That is tougher. That is a little bit tougher. Cellulite are a broken area. It's a lesion of the skin that create lacunar, like a lake area that is surrounded by a fortress, and in the middle of that lake is just fat. So that is a lesion of the skin. Of course, if the person reduces weight, if the person uses other PLC products, like chagas mushroom, like Ganoderma mushroom, that with a cleansing effect, doesn't exist just one cleansing. We need to clean the house, and the house is the whole body. We need to clean our brain. Why those people, give me something for my memory? How come that me, Luis Romero, at my age, I can remember the phone number of Randy, only seeing it twice? Because I have my brain clean. How can I, in a specific time, drink a beer of a shot of tequila? Because my liver is clean. How come that you can stand up, Dr. Romero, without having pain in your feet, standing up 12 hours because I have the use of my feet?
Wow.
So the answer is yes. We can get rid of cellulite, but not just. It would be unfair and unethical for me to promise that just by rubbing on a cellulite area, my wife had cellulitis a few years ago, and I said, if you do not lose weight, you are not going to get rid of, regardless the product that you put in.
Wow.
Regardless the injection, there are components in the market that you inject with a tiny little of the size of a hair. You inject the area with cellulitis. And of course, that is like doing it with Botox. Identical. Will be a momentary solution. The permanent solution is to use it in combination of cleansing, in combination of chaga and ganoderma mushroom and isotid detox, etc. It's a process to get rid of a lesion. Cellulitis is a lesion.
Thank you for your transparency. I love that. I love that. Go ahead, Dave.
Okay, great. Thank you. One more question, Dr. Romero. There was a question a few minutes ago about growth factor versus human growth factor. I know the answer was human growth factor, and I just anticipate that the question will come up from time to time. Okay, so where does that come from? Where is it harvested? Can you answer that?
Well, you have growth factor. There are companies in the market that, including cosmeceuticals, that says these are growth factors. Yes. What are the main growth factors being used today's day? Well, growth factor from botanical sources. Plants, talking about, plants that you can cultivate in your backyard. Algae, limus from lakes and from the sea, algae, several names of algae, and any other source of the vegetable and plant kingdom. Are they bad? No, they are good, but they are not specific to human receptors. Human receptors will only be reciprocal to the human growth factor. The human growth factor are simply, you go to Boston, you go to MIT, and you can purchase cellular growth of humans. There are many tissues that are thrown to the garbage or thrown to the crematories in hospitals. Today's day, for example, at St. Luke in Houston, they are using particles of humans, molecules from humans, to create artificial blood to Jehovah's Witness who cannot receive blood transfusion. The same way that is being done, we can obtain human growth factor. It will be only the molecule, not the tissue. And then we can cultivate in our laboratory. I'm talking about genome, very complex research. It's nothing that you are going to purchase and mix compound A with compound B and obtain compound C. No. When you see any product that costs $20, $25, and has the word growth factor highlighted, that is a Mickey Mouse. Because growth factor technology is very expensive.
Wow.
Okay, thank you.
With all respect of any other company, I apologize if I have offended any other company or any other researcher. But the true researcher, they know that biological, molecular biology is expensive and complex.
Incredible. That is incredible. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It really lets us know what we have here. I see a couple of people with their hands raised. Like, evidently, they have a microphone. Craig, do you have a microphone? Were you trying to make a comment? I'm not getting a mic signal from you. Okay.
Dr. Romero, you are the man.
Okay.
You are telling it exactly like it is. Thank you.
Let me check here. Keith, did you have a microphone? Keith, did you have your
That's right.
Hello?
Go ahead, Keith.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Oh, I did. I typed my question in the box. My question was, can you use this product on all the other parts of your body, like your feet or your lower legs? Because I have marks on my lower legs. I was wondering, would that help to kind of repair the skin and get the skin back to normal? And what about for your feet and stuff like that?
The answer is the following. In whatever part of your body you have skin, Envidia is good for it.
Wow.
Yes. My wife is using it in a couple of little things, very little, very tiny one, after her pregnancy. Those are pregnancy scars. Yes, she's using it, and they are vanishing. Yes, they are good for anything. She got burned this morning. No, seriously talking. She got burned this morning doing something in the pan frying something. I don't recall what she was frying. And I said, oh my Lord, I burned myself. Oh, go ahead. Pick up the Envidia and put it on. Less than 5 minutes was gone.
What?
Wow.
I'm talking about inflammation.
What?
Tomorrow, the inflammation was taken care in 5 to 10 minutes. Tomorrow will be no sign of it.
Incredible. Here, there's another person have their hand raised. Leonard, did you have your hand raised? Do you have a microphone, Leonard? Leonard?
Yes, sir, Randy.
Well, while we wait for Leonard.
Randy?
Uh-huh.
I just want to ask the doctor a quick question.
Okay.
You touched on something about blood transfusion, how the growth factors achieves that. Could you explain that one more time, dealing with blood transfusion?
Oh, yes. There is a very famous open heart surgeon in St. Luke's Hospital in Houston, Texas, who since many years ago was researching in the molecular biology of the content of blood, for taking the blood out and maintaining those molecules in and convert it into a powder, and then that powder will be mixed with saline water at the concentration of our blood, mixing that up and infusing that as equivalent to a blood transfusion, exclusively prepared for I'm sorry about my voice, for the Jehovah's Witness. But guess what? That is being used in our wars. If we get a soldier, army soldier, wounded, and there is no hospital in the area, that little bag can be used to be infused. It's totally, of course, approved, but only being sold exclusively to hospitals and to the Pentagon of the United States.
Wow. Well, I tell you what, Dr. Romero, we've had you here on the line for an hour, and we're much longer than we normally go, so we appreciate you. I know there may be some other questions. We'd love to have you back on a future show where we can entertain, like you said, you had a couple slides that are that we're going to get more into a few more in-depth things that this incredible Envidia product does. So we'd like to invite you back, and then we'll let everybody know if that's okay when we're going to have the next session, and that way we'll have even more people that will get this incredible information. Is that fair enough?
Yes. Next week I am in Bolivia with TLC. For you, if any of you have a relation and linking, Mr. Bolivar Henriquez, the Vice President of TLC for Latin America, and I, and the General Manager of Peru, we are going to be in Santa Cruz, Bolivia, next Thursday night. Next Thursday night, Friday, and Saturday. Super Saturday will be in the city of Santa Cruz, very, very well developed city, by the way, very progressing city of Bolivia. And after that, we will go to many countries. We have a tour for throughout 14 countries in Latin America. This is a chance, you guys, for you extending your tentacles. Because remember, 900 million people speak Spanish. 900 million people speak Spanish. Don't you want a piece of that cake?
Absolutely.
It's going to be huge. Kevin, you want to close us out here today? Because I'm blown away.
We want to thank everybody for joining us on this.
Wait a minute, Kevin, before you close it out, I want you to know something. I'm going to have to speak with you. Randy will tell you I am later, but when you said, what did you say about this? What was your words about this?
I'm sorry.
You said game over, right?
No, that wasn't me.
That was a different Kevin.
That was a different Kevin. Somebody else said that, yes.
Okay. Well, whoever said it, they're right. When you said human growth factors and Dr. Romero explained it, boy, you haven't heard nothing yet. We got a winner here. Okay, I'm done.
Home run, whatever you want. All right, 3-pointer, be on.
I'm done.
Okay, all right. Well, listen, folks, we want to thank you all for joining us. Dr. Romero, thank you so much for taking time out from your incredibly busy schedule to share this amazing information on this specially anticipated edition of TLC Insight. That's it for us. We're out. You be blessed, my friends, and have an amazingly successful day.
Your conference recording has stopped. All callers are unmuted.
Right, you go.
Thank you, Dr. Romero.
Okay, Lisa, my pleasure, my love. Have the most gorgeous weekend.
Thank you, Dr. Romero.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Let's say it is over.
No, you're not gonna.
Thank you, Dr. Romero.
Great job, Kevin.
And the Big Dog.
Big hug, and blessings to you all.
Thank you, Dr. Romero.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kevin. Great job, Kevin. Great job, Randy.
Thank you, guys.